Hello, everyone, and welcome to another free California Psychics live reading. I am your host and moderator for today's live stream, and we are joined by our fantastic fan favorite for the first time in 2024, Psychic Chip. How are you doing today, Chip?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here with you and the crew. So I
I
can't wait
know.
to
It's a
connect with
Monday
everybody this
live,
year.
so it's always a good time, and there's always a bunch
Yeah.
of good energy. I already see a bunch of questions coming in the chat, but right before we go ahead with our live reading today, I just have a couple bits of information that y'all will want to hear. As you can see scrolling along the bottom of your screen, we do have our promo code live. If you use the code LIVE5, you will receive an additional $5 added to any new customer package purchased for a one-on-one reading through our website or the California Psychics app. Our website is californiapsychics.com. This code can be used as $5 credit for any psychic on our website. But if you are wanting a one-on-one reading with Psychic Chip after seeing a little free preview of his abilities today, make sure to stick around because we'll be shouting out his exact schedule later in the stream. Now, lastly, before we get started, I do have some ground rules for questions today. We will not be able to answer any legal or medical questions today. For medical, this includes just treatments, medications, pregnancies, and fertility questions. And for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and just general court decisions. If you do ask about another person, please make sure to include just at least their first name. This will allow Chip to connect faster and more accurately answer your questions today. And if you haven't gotten your questions answered by the last 15 minutes, we will be switching over to a tarot pull where we'll be able to get questions answered a lot quicker. So you'll have an extra chance to get one answered at the very end. All right, Chip, you ready to go for today?
Let's do it, Carson. I'm ready.
All right, because we have one ready. I see one from Bree here who is asking, hi, Chip. I was wondering, when do you possibly see Austin reaching back out? I've asked him to hang out for New Year's Eve, and he said he had to work, but he hasn't reached out back to me since. Do you think he still thinks about me?
Okay, Bree. The first thing that pops up is yes, Austin still thinks about you. There is a little bit of distance between the two of you, and I don't know, Bree. Have I read for you before? Because something about this feels familiar to me. And I would almost feel maybe a step back, which would be a bit of a surprise to you. It almost feels like things might have been kind of accordioning in, and then there's this kind of step back that I feel. So the first thing that I'm getting is that I don't feel this is going to be a forever thing. We thankfully are headed out of the post Mercury retrograde phase. And as we all know, that really, really impacts communication. I don't feel anything about this as personal, and I also don't see anybody distracting him on his end. I have to say and give credit to Austin to say that I do feel that he's being pretty straight up with you, that he's been working a lot. But that being said, I do feel like he's just not quite there, quite ready. I'm getting the number two. I don't know if this has something to do with Valentine's Day being the second week, maybe in February or something. I do feel like there's some sort of movement coming in the first 2 weeks of February. So I want you to kind of look out for that. You take care of you in the meantime. Just stay grounded and let Austin come back around. He'll take a step forward. Okay.
All right. Great insight, Psychic Chip. I did notice a different message from Bree said that she is a return viewer. So we're glad to hear you
Okay.
again today. Our
Okay.
next question is actually becoming from Jossie, who's asking, I have a friend or a guy named Chuck that I've been dealing with for about 3 years. I want to know if he feels the same way about me. And do you think we will have an opportunity to try and get serious with one another?
Okay. Jossie, so the first thing I want to say is that you and Chuck, I don't know if you're open to this, but I have to just tell you what spirit gives me. You two have some sort of entanglement from a past life. And there's a familiarity there. Even when the first time you met him 3 years ago, you probably were like, this guy looks familiar. There's something, there's a chemistry or an energy that's there. I'm looking, I'm waiting, I'm feeling into his energy. I'm waiting to see him take a step forward. And there's something about you like a guy to make a masculine gesture of taking that step forward and taking action, right? And Chuck is kind of hanging back. This could prolong. They're telling me 3. This could be the next 3 weeks to 3 months, that there could be kind of this question of sort of like, is this something? Is this not something? And I think that actually it very well could be. And they're talking to me about some sort of getaway in June or July. They're showing me also Leo season. So there's the possibility that the two of you may go to a concert, or you may go on a weekend trip in the summer. So I do think this has the opportunity to grow, but similar information that I'm getting from Spirit that I just got for Bree, we need to see Chuck be the one to step forward. You know what I mean, Jossie? So it can happen. I do think that there are feelings in there. You're not making that up. I think there's a fear of losing the friendship. That's what Spirit's telling me. There's something about once you flip that light switch and now love is in the air between the two of you, would the friendship suffer if things didn't pan out? That's the fear. I have a hook there with Chuck. So just hang in there. I do think more to come. So we can also talk about this one-on-one if you want to dive into it deeper. I know we're limited on time here. Feels like there's a lot there, in the last 3 years. So, but best of luck to you, Jossie. Keep me posted.
Yes. Stick around. Jossie will be shouting out Chip's exact schedule and the ways to reach him on CaliforniaPsychics.com and the California Psychics app here shortly. Our next question is going to actually come from one Linda. This is more of just a kind of a general question. Just wanting to know if there's anything or any guidance you can provide me to help my daughter, Rebecca, who seems to be in a bad place. She's currently taking care of her dad, Floyd, and it seems like it's a bit of a bad situation.
Yes, I know Linda very well. Miss Linda, welcome back. So, okay, a few things that I'm getting about Rebecca is this is a spiritual lesson for Rebecca to learn how much she can handle, how much she can't handle. So I actually feel this is a theme for her in 2024. Really, the only urging from Spirit that I'm getting to pass along to you is to let her work her way through it. And I know that maternal instinct kicks in, and it's like she's a little girl again, and she's fallen down and she skinned her knee. And I see you wanting to go pick her up. I see you want to be the healer. And, once the bird leaves its nest, those lessons do have to be learned on her own. She's got to learn them for her. And if you were to step in and try to intervene and correct the situation and everything, I feel if that were to happen, there could actually be some friction between you two. So what I'm sensing is to be that sort of ever present, hey, I'm here for you, but not to feel like you got to step in and do the work for Rebecca, because this is something that she's going to have to learn on her own. I feel that she is going to. And in fact, they're showing me in about 4 months, there's going to be a major breakthrough in a cycle, and you two are actually going to talk about it. So if you're just present for her and you allow her to come to you and you give that good maternal advice when she comes to you, I think you're going to see your relationship with her start to grow, and actually the situation will get much better.
All right. Great insight as always, Chip.
Yes.
Our next one, real quick, is going to be from Amanda from YouTube. Y'all have spoken before, but she was wanting to know if Adrian has realized he has possibly made a mistake for letting Amanda go, and before everything, did he genuinely want to spend his life with Amanda?
Okay. And of course, Amanda, I remember your energy. Adrian, I remember the name. I'm sorting through his energy here, and if some familiarity comes back to me, then perfect. But I'm going to work this fresh, like I do every question. Okay, so the first thing I get that there's a stubbornness in Adrian's energy right now, and in fact, I actually feel there's almost a denial that's happening. Does he recognize that he's made a mistake here? Yes. How much time can he spend feeling that guilt? Not a lot right now. But I feel that as winter moves into spring, there's going to be some sort of shift, and it's going to be a pretty powerful shift in his energy. That's what Spirit's giving me. I do think that between now and that time, you've got to stay grounded and take care of you. Adrian's got to take care of Adrian. I do feel there is some sort of closure or some sort of signal or sign you're going to get from Adrian. And by the name, I want you to take, say by the name, by the way, I want you to take the name Robbie or Robert down. There's another man that's coming into your world, I'm feeling by the 1st or 2nd week of March. This is a soul connection for you. And probably right about that time, you're going to see Adrian pop back in. So I'm not going to say things are shut off for forever. Let time be the teacher for Adrian, because it will burn. And he'll get down to the core of, that thing that he's got to work on within Adrian. But in the meantime, you take care of you. Okay? I'm wishing you the best. Please keep me posted, Amanda.
All right. And if you are wanting to reach out to Chip, this is a great time for me to go ahead and plug you in real quick. You can go ahead and go to californiapsychics.com, or alternatively, you can just click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. It's down for YouTube and to, I believe, my right for Facebook. But if you go ahead and click that link, you'll pull up Psychic Chip's profile, as well as the ability to book an appointment, hop right into his call queue, which usually, if Chip is going live right after this, then he will have a queue right afterwards. Or you can send him an offline message, which is just like sending a Facebook or direct message on social media. But the best way to reach Psychic Chip is when you know his exact hours. So Chip, why don't you let everybody know when the next time you'll be online and your regular hours for those who can't reach you your next time you're online.
You bet. So actually, good news. I'm getting ready to start increasing my hours again. So I will be back with additional time slots for everyone this week that will be updated this evening for everybody. There are appointments available between 11 and 1 Central Time, as well as 4 to 7 Central Time. So look out for appointment availability. I know my queue does get full, and I know everybody wants to get in. So those appointments are the best way to probably catch me if there's something urgent, or shoot me an offline message. And of course, I work those in order of receipt, and I promise I will get to you. So I look forward to connecting to everybody this evening and this week.
Yeah. Awesome. And did you say, remind me, did you mention that if you were going to be online right after this live?
Yeah, so I actually am going to set up some appointments, actually appointment only slots. So if you do have a pressing question after this, as soon as we finish, you'll see those be available to book. And or I will check my offline messages as well this evening, because I know we typically have folks with those pressing questions. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. So if you have a pressing follow-up question, then go ahead and set an appointment or shoot Chip an offline message. But we still have time to answer a few more questions during our 1 hour free live stream today. So our next question is going to be coming from Dawn here, who is asking, do you think I will hear from Freddie soon, or do you think that I should move on?
Dawn, the first thing that just popped up is the number 23. And I'm aware that today is the 22nd. So I want to leave that with you. Spirit is telling me something about 23. So this is either tomorrow or it's by the 23rd of February. So there's something that's coming up here. Spirit's giving it to me, Dawn, like Freddie there's something inside of him that's trying to let go of some animosity. So I don't know if the last time the two of you talked, there was some conflict, if that makes sense to you, but it just feels like there's some friction that's in the air here, but he is also really missing you. And boy, I'll tell you, there's a tug of war going on inside of him. I feel he steps forward. So I do think that you'll hear from him. Now, I want to caution that just because Freddie comes back doesn't mean that that's going to be your first choice, right? If you open your heart to love in all of its forms, you may have another soul connection step forward, right? So just because Freddie steps back, I'm not feeling like he's fixed and perfect again, so I want you to be open-minded to others as well, but you will get an opportunity to talk with him, and I feel cooler heads prevail the next time you do speak with him. I think you're going to get an apology. So I don't know exactly what happened or how that ended, but it feels like there's some conflict here. And I'm wishing you the best. So please keep me posted, Dawn.
All right. We hope this resonates with you, Dawn. Our next question is going to be from Tiffany from YouTube, what do you see in the future for me and Davey? He recently withdrew, and I'm not really sure what to do at the moment.
Okay. All right, Tiffany. The first thing I just saw is that Davey got impacted by the retrograde that we had. And so if you notice this starting back around Thanksgiving, kind of beginning of December, that's what stifled the communication here. A lot of times, especially in particular in men, a lot of lessons and things come up for us during a Mercury retrograde. And I feel like he's pulled back. He almost wants to isolate and become a hermit in a way. I do think that he will come forward, right? I want you to give it another week or two here. I think you're going to see him step forward in some more communication. It might start slow. They show me, whenever I see in my vision a staircase, that's telling me this is going to move in steps, right? So no, like I wish I could tell you, Tiffany, hey, it's going to be an overnight romance and everything's going to go back to the way it was. This one's going to be a stair step. So when I see a stair step, it means it'll ease back in, but there is a reconnection for you and Davey. So please keep me posted on that, Tiffany. Okay. I feel pretty strongly about that. So hang in there.
All right. Our next one is going to be another one from YouTube. Happy New Year to you, Honey Bunny. What does Valentine's Day look like for her and her love, Sheed?
All right. Yes, I always love Honey Bunny energy. I love that. Okay. All right. So a few things. I see Sheed in a suit coat. So I'm feeling spirits taking you guys out on some sort of very formal, nice date. So I think the two of you are going to have a really grand time. And then I feel you kind of retreat back to the home area, and there's a really, really nice energy of love. And I think that you guys are going to have a fantastic evening. This is so interesting. I'm hearing music playing in the background. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, if there's some sort of concert also, maybe the day before or earlier in the evening. But I feel you two are getting dressed up and you're going somewhere really nice. So it's going to be a grand time for you and Sheed. And by the way, I love the connection here. This is an incredible, man. I just want to put you guys out on the internet and get you 1 billion views on TikTok. Like, this is what love looks like. You know, this is the goal. So I love this energy between the two of you. And I hope that you continue to ride the wave of momentum, and happy Valentine's Day.
All right. Wishing you the best, Honey Bunny. This one is more of a general question, Chip, if you're all right with this. Do you think that you can give kind of some insight for Demi Lola's Valentine's Day? Any insight from her spirit guides? Her zodiac is Cancer.
Wow, this is a really powerful season for you, my friend. And it has also been one that has really challenged you. You have suffered at the hands of some folks who were not very conscious and empathic. And so this is a healing season for you. And I want you to spirit showing me a crown. And they want to put a crown on your head, and they're like, treat yourself like a queen, treat yourself like royalty, take care of yourself, pamper yourself, because that's the way that you deserve to be treated. And in fact, I feel that you're attracting somebody in. I have a name like, it's a D name, but I'm almost hearing it in like another language. So this could have some, particularly like a Latino influence of some kind. So I want you to look out for a D name gentleman that's going to step forward. It is in the first quarter of the year. I want to be candid and say I don't know that it's going to be before Valentine's Day, but I love spirit when they show up and surprise us. So it's very possible that sometime between now and the end of March, you're going to meet this person. And I feel what's happening, my friend, is you're growing and expanding, you're healing, you're becoming the best version of you, and you're attracting in somebody that's a match to that. And that's what we want. So I see that happening, and there's some good fireworks and sparks here for you. Hang in there. I know you've been through a lot, but you're going to transcend all of this stuff, right? You're on the growth path. So you just hang in there. Please do keep me posted. And if you'd like to dive in deeper about anything, just shoot me a message, or I'll see you in an appointment or something.
All right. And you can find that on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can click the link in the description as well, Demi Lola, and you will pull up Psychic Chip's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Alternatively, if you would like to do it on the app, you can always search for Psychic Chip on our California Psychics app. Our next question for our free live reading today is from Sarah. Do you see any insight into my love life coming up? I'll be starting a new job within the next few months, and I possibly might have to move a few hours away. Does this mean I won't find love until after this possible move, or should I be open to stuff before that?
There is somebody waiting for you, Sarah. There's somebody waiting for you in the area you're moving to. Now, I don't feel that that necessarily means that you need to give up and put your dreams to bed until you move. I don't feel that way at all, actually. In fact, your energy is really, your aura is really big and quite bright. So that tells me there's a lot of pink in there, which tells me you've done a lot of unconditional love and care for you. So it's entirely possible you call somebody in before you move. However, I will tell you very distinctly, I feel there is somebody where you're going. And by the way, are you moving to an area that's coastal, or are you moving away from an area? Whoever this person is, and I just heard the name Brian, whoever this person is has some connection to a coastal city. I don't know why I'm feeling East Coast, but don't be shocked if when that guy shows up, they're from New York City or Philadelphia or somewhere coastal, okay? DC, something of that area, in that area. But yeah, I want you to keep your heart and your mind open. I think that you're calling in lots of folks, actually. And I'm actually feeling like you could have the pick of the litter. So you're gonna have a good time, Sarah, and you deserve it. You've earned it. So you enjoy that. We can dive in deeper, of course, offline. So lots of good stuff here.
All right. Our next one is one from Randy. So she is asking about Jay, if you may recognize Randy and Jay. Is there any insight on what is next for their relationship?
Randy and Jay, yes. It's so interesting. Spirit has a sense of humor this evening. They just said penance, and they're speaking about Jay. So we know Jay has a lot of ground to make up, first of all, to catch up to you, Randy. But we also know that there is seriously some guilt and some remorse that needs to be expressed. And in some ways, I feel you've gotten that a little bit. And in other ways, I feel like it's just a drop in the bucket. So what I would say what's next for you is extracting and creating balance. And I think that there's got to be more given from him as far as energy, time, and also, let's just be honest, a frank and honest apology. You deserve that. After all the things that you two have been through, my friend. So what I will tell you is there is something pretty neat that's going to happen over the next 4 weeks. And I feel like this could be a stepping up of consistency in the communication, which I know is something you struggled with Jay. Or there could even be a gesture like he comes to see you and takes you out. So there is something really nice that's coming up, but I also want you to continue to protect your energy because you deserve you deserve more than just that, right? We need that consistency there. So hang in there, more to come. I do feel like it's not necessarily a period on the end of the sentence here. It's more like an ellipses, a dot, dot, dot. Okay. So just hang in there. All right.
All right. Our next one is going to be from Monique, and we hope this did resonate with you, Randy. The question from Monique is that she is currently in a relationship that she's really happy with, but she does have someone named Tino who's really pushing to be with her. Why is he doing this? Is he even a good fit for Monique?
Tino is what I call a fisherman. And for those who have read with me, you've heard this analogy before. Tino is the type who likes to go cast the reel in. There's an excitement once you catch the fish, you reel it in, you get the fish, and you're so excited, but you don't know what to do with it. So you throw it back in the water, right? There's a chase aspect that Tino is almost hooked on here. And I want to tell you something. This is actually an incredible compliment to you and your energy, and also compliment to you and kudos to you and your partner, because the reality is your energy is in a great place. You got love in your life. You got your needs getting met. You got, listen, you got somebody that loves you. I mean, your pheromones, your energy, it's just big and beautiful right now. So I want to say it's a compliment to you, but just because somebody's attracted to your light doesn't necessarily mean they can match it. So I want you to use spirits wanting you to use an air of caution with Tino. No disrespect to Tino. It's just I don't feel they're in the same place as you. And I think what you've got going on is great. So enjoy the positive attention, but I think you're in a good spot, my friend.
All right. Great advice as always, Chip. That one was a really good reading. Next one is up for Lindsay. She is currently single, struggling with her love life. She's in need of some guidance. Do you think she's on the right path? And do you think she'll be meeting somebody who matches her energy anytime soon?
Okay, Lindsay, who's Derek? There's a name like a D name like Derek that's sticking out in the energy. So if you don't know this person, that's who's coming in. I do, for some reason, I am being drawn to January. It's not lost on me that we only have a few more days left in the month, but it could be acknowledging that he has a birthday in January, or somebody has a birthday in January that's important here. So if you don't know that name, you will. I feel, first of all, that you're doing all the right things and to not be so hard on yourself, okay? I want you to lighten up on yourself. You got a little inner gremlin in there. You know what I'm talking about, that wants to beat you up a little bit emotionally. And I want you to tell that gremlin to go to bed. And you just focus on the positive things that you're doing for you, one foot in front of the other. Spirit's saying one foot in front of the other. Just focus on the present. Because every day that you do that, your energy keeps getting bigger. Your vibration keeps going up. And that's exactly what we want right now. They are saying that there's somebody that you have a tether to in the past, and it's not a particularly strong one anymore, in the sense that I don't feel like you need to necessarily worry about that situation, but they're telling me it's time to cut ties with whatever this is. It could be something that somebody said that's really stuck with you. It could be something awful or really disrespectful that somebody's done in the past that's treated you poorly, but somebody in the past, in the last 2 years, that's really hurt you. And they're talking about really soothing and going into meditation. You know, some people like to burn candles, some people like to journal, whatever it is you can do to help yourself release that, okay? And I also want you to be focused on the present, right? And all of those things that you're looking for are on their way to you. So absolutely, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're in the right place. And I even got a name as clear as day. And if I get a name like that clearly, that quickly, it's telling me there's something pretty powerful coming up. So please keep me updated when you meet the lucky guy. And yeah, you keep doing you, my friend. You're in a good spot.
All right. And now that we're about halfway through our free live reading today, it's about a 1 hour live stream. And also, since Chip plugged out keeping him updated, the best way to do that is on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can go ahead and click the link in the description of the live stream we're watching right now that will pull up Psychic Chip's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Or alternatively, you can pull up his profile on the California Psychics app. I have to say California Psychics a lot, so I get a little tongue twisted sometimes. But you can hop right into his call queue. You can set up an appointment, or you can send him an offline message, which is just like sending him a direct message on social media. And the only people who see it are you and Psychic Chip. So if you need a real quick answer, you can go ahead and put a real quick question in there. But Chip, for those who want to hear you say it, since you say it so well, when is the very next time that you are going to be online, and what is your regular schedule looking like for those who want to connect with you for a one-on-one reading experience?
Yes. So Monday through Friday, you can catch me on online 11 to 1 p.m. Central Time, as well as 4 to 7 this week Central Time. So I'm adding some hours for everybody because I know it can be kind of congested in the queue, and offline messages and things can be, you may not feel like you get to, talk about everything. So if you got a quick question or you just want a quick follow-up from here, shoot me an offline message. I'll have a couple of slots after we finish this live for you if you'd like to jump on the call and do like an appointment. But otherwise, you can catch me online those days, Monday through Friday.
Awesome. And if you missed that, once again, you could click the link in the description. It'll pull up Psychic Chip's profile as well as all that information right there. We do have about 30 minutes left in our free live reading today, which means we have plenty of time to get to more questions answered. So one next from Mary Ann is asking, what do you think Duran's intentions are towards Mary Ann? I'm currently talking to him, and I met him at work about 2 months ago.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling into Duran's energy. He's a charmer. Marianne, he's a charmer, isn't he? Okay. A few things here. Number one, very drawn and attracted to you. So check, right? Really likes the conversation with you. Seems to really click. The two of you almost feel lots of smiles and laughs and that kind of thing. So there's not just the attraction to the physical, but we've also got the non-physical attraction that's there, right? I do want to caution you about Duran because I think that there are good intentions there, but also he has this thing about him where he can be a little hot and cold, right? So he's showing you one face and then you kind of get another face the closer that you get to him. And that's actually part of his growth and healing work he's got to sort through. I actually feel like there's some potential here. I want to say there's some potential, but I want you to take it slow and not jump into anything with him. Protect your heart, because that's what Spirit's saying to do, and that's my job, is to pass along the messages that I get from Spirit directly. So hang in there. I feel if you haven't already, there's a date night coming up, and it feels like after work. So there's a date night, and it could almost feel like spontaneous or informal, like, hey, what are you doing for dinner? Something like that's coming up, and I think it's actually coming up before they're taking me to the third week in February. So it could even be around Valentine's Day. This is fascinating. Maybe they're saying 13th. I'm seeing a 3. I want you to hang on a 3. 3 days to 3 weeks. By the 3rd of February, something is going to transpire. And I think it's after work for you too. Okay. I like it. All right.
This one is going to be a little bit more of a general love question, but Alicia is wondering if she has possibly met the person she is already meant to be with, or do you think it is more so someone she meets in the future?
Well, I have to level with you here, Alicia, on the premise of the question. I think that the meant to be, and this is just Chip's philosophy, right? And this is what I get from Spirit all the time, so I have to give it to you the way I understand it, is that meant to be is actually something that you determine. And I think what you're wrestling with is, am I getting the needs met by the person that I have in my life that I feel the most drawn to, or the people in my life that I feel the most drawn to? There may even actually be 2 people that you know. I'm not sure if that makes sense. But in any event, what I'm feeling for you is that this is actually partially a question about, like, can I trust myself? That's what Spirit's telling me to pass along to you. And first of all, you absolutely can trust yourself. And if you feel that you're not getting something met in the connection that you have now, Spirit's actually telling me if you were to work on that with that person, that there's an expansion that can happen. And then I feel that you can be even happier than you are right now. However, I'm a big believer that we create a reality. And so if you decide tomorrow that you want to move to Canada or New Zealand or South Africa, you can do it. And you would meet somebody there. The universe would answer the call and bring you somebody that's soul connected there. That's how powerful your energy is, as well as the universe's energy. So I have to say, I like the person that's in your energy now. I definitely think that they can do more. And I think that it's in your best interest to advocate for that. And if they can't give it to you in the timetable that that you need it, then I feel you'll call in somebody else. So I'm not trying to flirt the line here. I'm really trying to say you have more power in this than you're giving yourself credit for. So I hope that makes sense, Alicia. And if something doesn't, let's talk offline and I can explain more. But I hope that's coming through clearly. So, okay.
Great wisdom, Chip. We could always take that to heart as well. Our next question is from Angelica. I'm wanting to see if Andy is coming back to me, and do you think he still has feelings for Angelica, or do you think the current guy that she's talking to, Marcel, would be a long-lasting relationship? She currently feels conflicted between the two.
Okay, Angelica, if you haven't already, you're going to see Andy out somewhere. And I think it is quite unexpected. I don't think it's something where he texts you and says, do you want to meet up for coffee or lunch or dinner? This is something I feel it's almost a serendipity of sorts. So I think that this is actually coming to you, and they say it's before April. Before April, they say, and I actually think it's before we get into mid-March. So I really think it's sometime between now. Oh gosh, I'm not great at math, so you have to forgive me. The next 6 to 8 weeks. So this is coming up. Now I want to say the gentleman that you mentioned now, Marcel. I feel that Marcel brings a lot to the table that's nice, and I almost feel like you want more. You know what I mean? I almost feel like you need more and that you want more. And it's not that Marcel's a bad guy. It's not that he's unattractive. It's not that there's really anything necessarily wrong with Marcel, but I feel you need more. I feel you need more. And so this is another case where I feel Spirit is encouraging you to kind of ask for what you want and you'll get it. But I have to say, I think that there's some unfinished business here with Andy, and I wouldn't say that if I didn't see it. So you're going to actually see him out somewhere, and it's going to be a spark. And I think the two of you are going to actually talk after that and get together and talk after that. And at that point, you're going to have a choice to make, my friends. So yeah, if you've been feeling that intuitively, it's coming up.
All right. Our next one is going to be from Jess from YouTube. Her birthday is coming up in a couple days. Happy early birthday. And she is wondering if her father, Rod, or any of her spirit guides have any messages for her birthday. Many thanks, by the way. And thank you for asking that question, Jess.
Jess, what a lovely energy. Your father steps forward with a very, very loving, protective energy. And I have to say, the first thing that he's passing along is that he's sorry he didn't know. He's sorry he didn't know that it was his time to go. And I feel like there's a part of you that's wishing maybe that you knew and that he knew, and that somehow the two of you could have done more or said more to each other before he passes. But I want to say that sometimes the universe has a greater plan in mind, and that you'll understand more about this as time goes on. But he reaches out and just gives you a big hug from the spirit world. Lots of love coming into you, lots of protection. He's talking about you sleeping. And so I think that he's saying, first of all, you need to get more sleep and rest better. Who doesn't, by the way, in stressful times that we live in? So no judgment, my friend. But I will say this, he's talking about some sort of increase in money or income. What a fatherly thing to talk about, right, Jess? Your dad's talking about money, and he's talking about there's some money that's coming to you by June. So I don't know if you feel that you're in line for promotion, or if you're looking for a new job, or there's some unexpected money coming to you. But I literally see like the money bag emoji in my vision, and it's coming to you, and they say by June. So that's a blessing that's coming to you. And I also want to say happy early birthday to you, my friend. I guess that makes you an Aquarius, forward-thinking, progressive thinker. So lots of wonderful things in store for you. This is an 8-year. 2024 adds up to 8, which is the number of abundance. So it makes sense that you have money coming your way. So lots of love and protection from your dad to you. I think he visits you in your dreams. Take care of that sleep regimen, and look out for some money coming your way in the next 6 months.
All right. Our next question is going to be one from Katherine, who is asking, when are me and Cameron going to be getting back together? I always love the confidence when it's when, not if.
Yeah. You will have some significant information about a reconciliation on or before April 1st, which is kind of interesting. The universe has a sense of humor on April Fool's Day, but there's no fooling going on here. So they're saying by April 1st. So on or before April 1st, I actually feel that there's some sort of reconciliation. There's a reconnection point that's happened. And Katherine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm feeling is that there's very limited communication, or at least not the type of communication that you want right now with Cameron. Let him kind of do his own thing. As I advised somebody earlier, Spirit's saying it again, let time be the teacher. Sometimes people have to feel that absence and that gap. They get lonely again, and they're like, oh my gosh, what in the world was I thinking? And then bam, here they're back in your world. Also, somebody with the name Benjamin or Ben will be important to this, and something about Leo season, which is in the summer. So look out for that name. You may meet somebody named Ben that is a Leo, or you will meet Ben during Leo season. So I do feel strongly about Cameron. I do agree with Carson. I love the energy of the confidence. And keep me posted once you do hear from him.
All right. Our next one is going to be one from Danielle. You may recognize Danielle. And also, straightly after this, we will be switching over to our tarot section. Sorry, I had a little message popping up, so I wanted to mute that. Follow up from the last call with Daniel. You were right about the time and date of everything. The accuracy was very shocking. Thank you. But the question is about Daniel and Jennifer. Do you think their relationship is currently good, and the energy between them, does it feel strong and fulfilling?
Okay. Well, Daniel, I'm so glad that Spirit came through for us and was on point. I love it when readings go just the way that we see them, my friend. Okay. So Daniel, first of all, yes, I do. And Spirit is saying something about sort of ease and release, and make that your mantra: ease and grace, ease and release. I feel there's it's a good part of you, my friend, but it's a protected part of you that's almost wanting to get ahead of things with Jennifer, and you're kind of wanting to wrap your arms around the situation and protect it from going off the rails and all that. Have some trust in the universe, my friend. The two of you have a very strong connection. I feel that. And I think that things are going to be just fine. If you are, and Spirit saying this as a word of caution, if you do get a little too far ahead of things, you might push Jennifer a little bit energetically, and you may see her withdraw. And I don't want that for you. So just have some, if you don't already, have some sort of regular check-in, keep that communication open and honest, but really stay in the present with her. Enjoy the connection. You guys have the rest of your lives to do this thing, my friend. So everything looks like it's on the tracks. And I don't remember the reading necessarily, but I do have a really good feeling about where this is headed. And something tells me that I must have had that in the reading. I remember you. I just don't remember the reading. So I feel good things ahead.
All right. We do hope this resonates with you, Daniel. And if you are wanting to get a one-on-one reading experience, just like Daniel has with Psychic Chip before, you can go to californiapsychics.com, or you can download the California Psychics app. If you click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now, that will pull you up to Psychic Chip's profile on californiapsychics.com. And that will give you the ability to book a one-on-one reading experience through an appointment, or hopping straight into his call queue. Or if you are just wanting to send an offline message, which is just like sending a message on social media, and the only people who see it are you and Psychic Chip, then once again, make sure you go to californiapsychics.com. But if you are wanting to hear Chip say it himself, when is the very next time that you are going to be online, and what are your regular hours looking like for those who are wishing to connect with you?
Yes. So just to reiterate, I have 2 available appointment slots this evening. So if you are really wanting to connect with me on something that's pressing, you got that time tonight. Also, you can catch me Monday through Friday, 11 to 1 p.m. Central Time, and 4 to 7 p.m. Central Time. So have a little break in between the afternoon, but otherwise Monday through Friday, you can catch me online. I do offer appointments, and I do check my offline messages. So feel free, whichever is the most convenient for you. And I look forward to talking with y'all then.
All right. Thank you for that, Chip. We will now be switching over to our free tarot pull section of our live stream today. So if you have any questions, or if you have not had your question answered today, we will have some extra chances to get these answered today. And if you can ask about anything like general, finance, career, love, future, but we already have some coming in, and I want to give people a chance to get their question answered. So one from Stephanie, who is asking for just a general card pull today.
Okay. Temperance comes up for you, my friend. Stephanie, Temperance card. Now, Temperance is indeed sort of about the middle path has a lot of wisdom in it. And I'll give you an analogy. It's if you were looking to respond to somebody and tell them that what they said is not okay, write it down, sleep on it, and then come back to it. Because you're probably going to edit it and dial the intensity down a little bit. So instead of being at a 10, there's somewhere in that 4, 5, 6 range that's just right. I don't know why I'm feeling finances for you as well. Something really powerful is going to happen to you. And the Temperance card is saying to just hang in there and that it's on the way. It's like a gift from the angels is coming to you, my friend. So yes, you got some good stuff coming. Temperance is a beautiful card.
Psychic Chip is one of our best tarot readers here at California Psychics. And if you are wanting to see more of him, you can also go to our California Psychics profile on Instagram. We actually regularly post Psychic Chip giving some tarot card pull insights that you need to hear whenever you see them on your screen. So if you are wanting to see Chip more regularly on our social media as well, make sure to go to California Psychics on our Instagram. Next card pull question is going to be from Mary Ann, who is asking for a love card.
Ooh, okay. 3 of Wands comes up, my friend. Mary Ann, 3 of Wands. Somebody is getting ready to manifest and come into your space. Whether this person has just moved or is getting ready to move to where you are. It's even possible, I suppose, Spirit's saying that it could be that you're looking to possibly relocate or move. In any event, something about a move is important here, and that you are manifesting the partner. You've thought about it, you kind of know what you want, write it down on paper, put it out there to the universe. It's coming, it's on the way. So some positive energy for you, Marianne. Take that and run with it, my friend. Good card to get.
All right. Next one is for Torre for a love card.
Okay. Ooh. Looks like somebody is getting ready to come into your world, my friend. Page of Wands says that somebody who is really, really passionate, very, very charming, somebody very driven is getting ready to come into your world. They could be a fire sign like a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. In any event, I do think you're going to hit it off with this person, and you're going to find that they're very, very verbally, emotionally, physically available to you. There's only one word of caution, which is just make sure and take it baby steps, one step at a time. But this does have the potential to be a pretty passionate romance, and it is on its way. The Wands are a very fast card speed, so look for this to pop up pretty quickly.
Awesome. Next is one from Brittney, who is asking for just a general tarot card pull.
I love general. Okay. Ooh, Knight of Swords. All right. Knight of Swords, the fastest of all the knights. So here's the deal. Brittney, I feel that, first of all, you do a lot. You work a lot. In fact, you may be a little bit overwhelmed. So this could be a word of guidance from your guides to actually say, make sure you're taking care of you in the process. You may feel like you've got to do all these things for other folks, but in reality, you don't. If you're anything like me, sometimes it's hard to put your foot down and say no. That being said, I also feel one of the meanings about knights is movement. And I actually feel that you have some sort of trip that's coming up. It's going to be really kind of fun, actually. It's coming up pretty quickly. So knights are lots of movement, travel associated with those. So you got a cool trip coming up. It actually, since swords represent air energy, this actually could be during Aquarius season. So it could be something spontaneous.
All right. Next one is for Michelle. And right before we get to Michelle, we want to shout out real quick one more time. Best way to get a follow-up reading with Psychic Chip is on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can either book an appointment, hop right into his call queue, or send an offline message. But Chip, what are your regular hours looking like? And when's the next time you're going to be online for those who kind of want to follow up with you for a one-on-one reading experience?
Yes, so if they're not booked already, I have 2 appointment slots this evening available to you guys. Also, I'm on Monday through Friday regularly, 11 to 1 Central Time and 4 to 7 Central Time. So that's Monday through Friday. I also answer offline messages on the days I'm scheduled to be working on the line. So either way, whatever is easiest for you, chat, phone, whatever, I'm here.
And the best and only way you can reach Psychic Chip is on CaliforniaPsychics.com. There are no social media profiles of Psychic Chip where you can reach him at. So only through CaliforniaPsychics.com or California Psychics app. So if anybody messages you trying to be Chip, it is not Chip. So, all right.
No, it's not me.
Michelle is asking for a finance card today.
All right, Michelle, thank you for your patience here. Ooh, wow, you have an incredible opportunity coming to you. The Ace of Cups. That's the hand of God, my friend. That's the universe ushering in something new. Aces are new energy, and this is an offer. So if you've been looking outside of where you currently are now, if you're trying to create some sort of new collaborative energy somewhere, something new is getting ready to come in. Aces are also really speak to speed. It's pretty fast. It's a 1. So within a day, within a week, within a month, the first of a month, first quarter, something's coming up quickly that's going to impact your finances in a beautiful way. So good stuff coming. That's a great card to get.
All right. Next one is for Gio, who is asking for a job/career card.
Okay, Gio. Wow, this is a really cool energy, my friend. You have the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is about being an expert. In some ways, it can represent learning and expanding your knowledge, whether that means like an extracurricular program or something like that that you're working on, or just improvements through workshops and things. But in some respect, Gio, I feel like you have an incredible intellect, my friend. You're very sharp. This tells me that you're at the top of the game already at what you do. And in fact, you need to be the one teaching other people. And I think that's in fact what's getting ready to happen. So you have some sort of opportunity. Pentacles are about money. Those little coins there, those pentacles are representing earth energy or money, material things. So you have some abundance coming your way as well. So improvements and progress and advancement on the way to you.
All right. Next one is for Danielle with a love card.
Danielle. Okay. All right. You have the Strength card, my friend. One of the most beautiful cards in the entire deck. Strength is not about going to the gym and heavy lifting, although that's our, current understanding of strength. The wisdom of strength in the tarot is actually about non-physical strength. It's about willpower and courage and perseverance. So something going on right now feels really challenging, but you're being called on to hang in there and to push through it. Because if you do, on the other side of that is abundance and bounty and lots of love. So whether I'm not exactly sure your exact situation, and we're so limited on time here at the end, my friend, so we can dive into it deeper, but there's something you're going to push through and you're going to be so glad that you did. And this is a message from your guides that you will be so glad that you did.
And if you, Danielle, or anybody else want to follow up deeper with Chip on CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app, you can click the link in the description below and that will pull you up to our website, or alternatively, you can search for Psychic Chip on the California Psychics app. Book an appointment, hop right into his call queue Monday through Friday, or send an offline message, which is just like sending a direct message on social media. The only people who see it are you and Psychic Chip. But Chip, once again, what are your regular hours looking like for those who do want to get a follow-up question with you?
Yeah, so I'm on Monday through Friday, 11 to 1 Central Time and 4 to 7 Central Time. I also answer those offline messages if you want to send me those. I offer appointments if you'd like to skip the queue and have a dedicated time. So you can catch me on there.
All right. Still have time for a few more questions, but got one for Veronica, who is asking for a future card.
You have some powerful astrology going on, my friend Veronica. It's your time. The Wheel of Fortune. Man, this is a good luck card. This is a good omen card. It's connected to karma. I feel in your energy that you've built up a lot of good karma. There's a lot of integrity, and I just feel it's your time. That's what Spirit keeps telling me. The Wheel of Fortune says that things have been moving and shifting in the background on your behalf. Work has been done on your behalf, and something is getting ready to happen that's very powerful. It's cosmic. It was out of your control, but something really neat is coming your way. You've attracted it in. You've earned it. You deserve it. So I hope
All
that
right.
helps, Veronica.
One from Nancy next, who is asking for a love card.
Okay, Nancy, love card. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. Now, Six of Pentacles can represent taking the high road, having integrity, and taking the high road a lot of times. So if there's some sort of dispute or conflict or whatever, it may mean being empathic and being generous with your forgiveness. However, it could also represent there's an imbalance and maybe that you're always the giver. If that's you, time to usher in some balance, time to expect folks to match you in love. And when you put that energy out to the universe, it comes back to you like a boomerang, my friend. So you deserve to get loved the way that you love. And I know that it's coming for you.
All right. One from Helen next. Misclick there. Helen, who's asking for a career finance card. Also, Marianne, we did get to you earlier, so sorry about that. But she has a new job opportunity on the horizon, which is currently unemployed.
Well, this doesn't always happen because I'm pretty deliberate when I shuffle, but it just happened. And there's two cards. So just really quickly, the Four of Swords is a card that says there's a little bit of waiting. It can also represent 4, as in 4 days to 4 weeks. However, the Ace of Pentacles popped out with it. So your guides didn't want me to let you go without saying, you got a new opportunity coming to you. So you're dang right. You have a new job opportunity on the horizon. It's coming. You got it. The Ace of Pentacles is a new offer. It's new money that you don't have today. So congratulations in advance, my friend. It's fantastic.
All right. One from Robin, who is asking for a love card. Do you think she'll get married again? And do you possibly know when this man will come?
Okay. All right. So we have the Five of Pentacles here, my friend. And the Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold. It's about feeling alone, or that it's like the universe isn't working for me. And the reason they're putting that card in front of you is not to beat you up or judge you or anything like that. They want there to be a shift in your mindset. They want you to put yourself out there. They want you to have the attitude of gratitude. They want you to surround yourself with friends and family. They want you to surround yourself with love, because when you're surrounded with love, that's what you radiate and that's what you attract in. So let's release this Five of Pentacles energy, because the reality is, and I know you are worthy and deserving of love. And if you shift that, it's coming to you. It's on the way. And in fact, I know we're locked on time here, so I'm going to hold it. But there's some really cool stuff we can talk about too, if you want to send me a message, or book. But there's somebody on their way to you this year. So.
All right. Now that is the end of our free live reading today. If you are wanting to, attend one of our next ones, we do them every Monday, or mostly every Monday in case there's a holiday or something. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you are on YouTube, or like our page if you are on Facebook. That way you will be notified every time we go live. But if for those who are wanting to get a one-on-one reading experience with Psychic Chip, we try to get through as many questions as we possibly could today. But if you are wanting a guaranteed question answered, you can reach out through CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app. Chip, what are your regular hours looking like? And when's the next time you're going to be online here?
Yes, so I actually have appointment slots. I haven't checked, so I don't know if they're booked yet, but I had 2 appointment slots this evening just for you guys. I don't normally log in that late, but I do have Monday through Friday. Typically, I'm scheduled 11 to 1 p.m. Central Time and 4 to 7 p.m. Central Time, and that's Monday through Friday. I offer appointments if you want to skip the line and have that dedicated time. And also, I'd be happy to read for you via offline message too, if that's easier, if you just have a few quick questions or something like that. So whatever is best for you guys.
All right. And that is, again, through the California Psychics app or CaliforniaPsychics.com. You will not be able to reach Chip on social media through any social media profiles or anybody trying to be Psychic Chip. That is not him. You can only reach him through CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Not me.
It has been an absolutely wonderful free live reading experience today, as always, with you, Chip. We can't wait to have you on for the next one. And for those who are looking to get a follow-up reading with him, make sure you go to CaliforniaPsychics.com. Thank you, everybody. And a huge, massive thank you to you again, Chip. And
thank you.
Bye, everybody. Until next time.